Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Shop Local. So today's kind of a fun one. We're here with Amber Tuttle. Amber is the owner of the Tack Boutique, clothing not just for obviously horses, but for people. So tell us a bit about the Tack Boutique, Amber.
So it is designed to mostly carry quality products because there's nothing like that in this area. We only have Western tack stores around here that carry a very tiny bit of English tack. So I wanted to bring in English products, and then I've been chatting with people to see kind of what they're after. So I have clothing, I have tack, I have blankets for the horses, and then I also have some giftware and mugs to help bring in if people are looking for horse-related products.
Okay. So it's interesting you said that because primarily, obviously being Western Canada, I would say most of the stuff is related to, quarter horses, kind of the Western rodeo type stuff. What got you into the equestrian and dressage?
I'm originally from Ontario, so okay. I've been riding since I grew up in Kingston, Ontario. And then I moved away from home to go work at Spruce Meadows and working as a groom there. So I've always had a passion working with jumpers and dressage. And now there's pony clubs around here, and there's more jumpers and more dressage riders. So that niche is starting to be in this area, and more people are looking for these types of products now. When I first moved out here in 2004, it was mainly Western, but there was still a couple of English riding stables as well.
Neat. So what's kind of your biggest seller?
Saddle pads. Always saddle pads. Everyone's always looking. There's new colors every year. So these two colors are this fall's colors of the year, and then they're always saddle pads, and then some clothing, but everyone's always looking for saddle pads for them.
So Amber, for those who don't know, tell us what the difference is between Western and English riding, so to speak. So
Western is more ranch related. I mean, there's barrel racing, there's roping, there's reining. There's a lot of similarities between the two. But English is more for showing off your horse and your riding and jumping, and it just has a little less restriction in the saddle, if that makes sense. Right. Western it's like there's a lot of very similarities between the two, but you tend to just ride differently, and some people feel more secure in a Western saddle. I personally am more comfortable in an English saddle. It's what I grew up with, so it's what I know. I've ridden both, so I have no negative things to say about either. It's just preference really for most people.
Yeah. And I know the saddles are actually different to the Western saddle versus the English saddle. Tack-wise, it's...
Well, we'll use jumping saddles as a good example. Is they're flatter, so you can get out of the saddle easier and get off the horse's back, while Western you kind of want to stay with the horse more, just because if you're chasing cattle down, you want to be secure. You don't want to come off your horse. You need to have a lot of security there.
So is there any local clubs you're involved in?
So I occasionally help out with Vermilion 4-H Club. Okay. So I do volunteer there. With COVID, it's kind of been put on hold. So hopefully in the new year, they'll need me a little bit more, but we'll see.
Cool. And I guess to kind of finish up, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I'm actually looking towards making a storefront. Okay. I want to have one here in Lloyd. I know it's a lot handier than people driving to the city or ordering online, because then they can try it on and see it in person and feel it versus just look at pictures of it, which is also why I have the pop-ups, but it's definitely nicer to always have it available. I eventually want to have a facility that I run the tack store of, so that's more of a 10-year goal though. But because I want to eventually give back to the community. The community's been there for me, so I'd like to give back to them.
Nice. It's good to have smaller and bigger goals both. So that's fantastic. So obviously people want to pick up some of your merchandise for themselves or their horses. Where do they find you?
So I'm mostly online, but I deliver locally for free. so the whole Lloydminster area. And then I am doing some pop-up shops here at Community Futures in the boardroom. And so I'm working on hopefully doing every other Friday in October and November, but keep posted for the dates.
If you're looking for something for your horses or yourself, if you're into the equestrian or dressage world, Tack Boutique here in Lloydminster.